Welcome to writing your first line of HTML code for beginners. Document structure recap. For those who lost their memory along the way, in the introduction to HTML, we introduced you to the three most important sections that make up an HTML file. Section 1, the document type declaration, identified by the Doctype HTML tag. This indicates the version of HTML5 being used. The second section would refer to the head tag, known as the head section, which describes the document using titles, copyright information, or even keywords. Third, we have the body tag, also known as the body section. This contains the content of a website. This can include any form of text, pictures, tables, music, even videos, anything you would like your client to see once they access your website. Writing HTML. In this exercise, you will be creating an HTML document containing a personalized title, as well as a header within the body. You will be introduced to the following tags: the Doctype HTML tag, the HTML root element, the head tag, the title tag, the body tag, and of course the header1 tag. Now to get started, I would like you to open your favorite plain text editor. I will be opening Notepad++. Alright, so as you can see, I've got a brand new document open in Notepad++. Now the first thing we will do is we will define the document by its three sections: the Doctype Declaration, the head section, and the body section. Now if you can remember, the Doctype Declaration is the first line within an HTML document. So let's define that first. So I've defined my document to be an HTML5 document. The next identification we will make is to add the root element that identifies the language we are working with. So underneath the Doctype Declaration, we will add the following tag: the HTML tag. Now the HTML tag is of course the root element, and the HTML tag is also a container. So we need to add the closing tag as well. Remember, containers can contain anything regarding text, other tags, or even sections. Now the root element contains the two sections, head and body. Now after the declaration, we have to add the second section, which is the head section. So we can place that within the root element. The head section is also a container, so we need to add the closing tag. Within the head section, we will describe the document for the first time using a title. So let's add a title, which is also a container. Let's name the title My First HTML Document. Basically, that can be anything, but for the purpose of this exercise, we will make it My First HTML Document. Now that we've described our document, we can now add the content, which is of course contained in the body section. The body section appears after the head section, so we will enter a space after the head close tag and add in the body tag, which is also a container because content is placed within it. Within the body tags, I will place a header. The attribute is a header1 tag, also accompanied by a closing tag. Now headers identify bolded text that allow us to differentiate between paragraphs and of course headers. The header1 tag would be the biggest of the 6 header tags provided to us in syntax. Within the header, we will type My First Line of Code. Alright, so your very first document has been created. We have our document declaration. We have our root element. Our head section containing our first description, which is our title. Our body section, which contains a header, in other words, content. Thus, our document will not display much, but this would be your very first document created. So let's save the document as HTML so we can generate it within a browser. File, save as, find a folder where you would like to save your document, and name it code.html. Remember, we need to add the extension HTML so it can be identified as an HTML document. Once that has been done, you click Save. As you can see, once my document was saved, Notepad++ identifies the HTML and color codes my tags according to their containers. So let's take a look if the HTML document is working. So I navigated to the same folder where I saved my little HTML file. As you can see in type, it is known as an HTML document. I'm going to double click the file, and as you can see, the title should be My First HTML Document, and the content is my first line of code, a very bold and clear header placed within the document. And that would be the very first document created in HTML. A few general tips regarding HTML written text. The first thing that you can try is adding more enters and spaces between your tags. These will not affect your syntax, but organization is key to any coding or any written HTML file. Spelling mistakes made within tags are crucial. They will not respond once they have been made. Always keep your spelling correct and consistent. The spelling of your titles and any content does not really matter, but of course, do not ruin your very first presentation of a website. Hope you enjoyed creating your very first HTML code. Let's get to the next part by adding elements and classes to your HTML files. This can all be found in the HTML attributes videos, elements and classes. Enjoy!